He's a positivity trainer, by the way.
An exec over at Victoria's Secret did a interview with Vogue finally addressing why they don't have any trans models or plus-size models. And his whole thing was it's a 42-minute long fantasy show, and that people don't have an interest in seeing plus-size models or trans
He's not
models.
lying.
That would
Yeah,
be true.
correct.
That would be true.
That'd be true for the straight males, which is their demo.
For everybody, Brendan.
Well, no, not for everybody.
For a lot of women, too. The point is that these are the most beautiful women in the world. They're the most they're freaks. When we see them, you go, holy fuck, because they're so unique and so physically beautiful. And that's just what that particular runway is for that. There can be a runway for the other things. But in this case, this has always been the angels. This has always been a specific kind of aesthetic. So just because it doesn't have room for other aesthetics doesn't mean it's discriminatory.
Are you saying there's no room for fat angels?
That is correct.
But I think you make a
I don't want a fat angel.
No, but you make a good point. Like, this is, no one is saying this is the average woman runway. This is the top. That'd be like if they're like, hey, how come one guy in the Lakers doesn't look like Jonah Hill?
Right.
Okay.
You know, there should be one guy who just dribbles off his foot every time, just so we all feel like we belong
That's right.
there.
But
We need
hasn't,
more
like,
white guys.
Yeah.
Hasn't like Sports Illustrated put like Ashley Graham on the cover? Like, did people think that was
and
hot?
some guys think it's hot. I do. I actually think
Yeah.
so.
I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like-
she's also, I don't know if she's the most healthiest
Bring her
person
up.
on earth.
Yeah.
Bring her up.
Like, I think
But also-
probably guys would probably like seeing that meat coming down
Some guys
the
love it.
Victoria's Secret
You
thing.
knew.
Like, I don't.
You met a
like,
comic who was heavy, very heavy, and you said something. She said something to you like, "Just can't deal with all the dick thrown my way." And you go, "No way." And she said, "Just watch." Right. And then after the show, she was getting deep.
Yeah.
Well, this is we were talking about this because we were just in LA, and Mo and I were talking about the difference between the way the women
Miami.
Sorry, and the difference between the way the women are like showing their bodies there versus here.
In Miami?
You know? Yeah, in Miami.
That's
It's
such
like-
a Latin influence, and they're a little more sexual and open-minded.
I think it's so
Yeah.
much sexier than the women in LA. Like, it's just
a lot of women in LA don't have those bodies.
They don't
wear
have
that
those
same
bodies.
shit.
But also, there's like
Right.
this sort of kind of like puritanical hotness to a lot of the way women. I like the clothes
They
are so
drip
expensive.
sex. Yeah.
I don't know. I think in Miami they drip sex more.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, not here.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah,
here.
LA,
Yeah.
they're sort of like,
She's-
we're going to see what your bank account
No,
is.
so Ashley Graham to me is smoking hot.
Yes.
She's not.
You know why?
She's
Small
one.
waist, big
She's
butt.
one Twinkie away from me. Like, all right, let's get on the treadmill.
Yeah.
But she's like balancing that, which I find
100%.
sexy.
Right.
But if you line her up next to those Victoria's supermodels,
Yeah.
and she goes on that runway, everyone's like, okay, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Like, it's just not.
who let the usher on stage?
Yeah, it's like putting a
She
Prius
is
on that
fucking
F1.
gorgeous, by the way.
She's
very beautiful.
gorgeous, yes.
So also the idea that, you know, beauty is socially learned and stuff. I actually, the evolutionary biologists and evolutionary psychologists disagree with
Totally
that.
not true. I think it's totally not
Science
true.
is pretty clear that men prefer a lot of times a hip to waist ratio of a certain, you know, measurement. Big eyes, full lips, that shit is delicious, and men are drawn to that. And by the way, if you have a disagreement with that, you might want to take a look at how much those women make on the open market. And the reason they make that much money is because everybody wants to fuck them,
Also-
including other women, by the way.
Well, they've done this. I remember in psychology class in college, they talked about the study where even babies are built to be superficial. Like if you
Well,
show
they're
a
drawn to
baby,
symmetrical faces.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Pretty people, they're more.
Yeah, like
Well,
they're really like fucking little. They come out like little,
fact.
little fucking.
And nobody wants to hear that. And
Because
so when
ugly people are the ones who are the loudest. Like, no, we need fat people on the runway. On Twitter. Ugh.
well, you know, when they put that woman on the front of
That
Cosmo,
sounded a lot like your lesbian impression.
I know, man.
Well,
They're the same person.
You were really not exactly
She's a hater,
Jonathan
too.
Winters with this range of voices.
no, she's hot.
She's hot, but it's not even. It's not comparable. It's like I can also dribble. LeBron James can really dribble.
Correct.
Like it's just not the same.
There are some guys that prefer that, by the way. There are some guys that prefer.
Yeah, I used to watch
her.
Comic View in the '90s myself.
Yeah,
the other joke
very
was,
hot.
I like big women. Yeah, I like a woman so big. You remember that? Those old comics.
I'm sure that there are certain ethnicities that favor a larger woman versus a smaller woman, all dependent. When you see my back ripple and I pull myself up like a chimp 30 times bang, while talking to you, why wouldn't I give that to you as
It's a
inspiration?
gift. It's a gift, really.
It's a gift.